So we have quite a few different colors. I have a few of them that peeked out between the rocks. I did not plant them like that. It's just, things shift in the winter with the warming and cooling. Lots more tulips coming up in here. They're getting pretty big now. This is a surprise lily or mystery lily. Oh, I finally have some muscari coming up over here. I was a little worried because I had a big patch of it on this side last year and I just hadn't seen any coming up. So I thought maybe it had died, but looks like at least a few of them are coming back. Here's another little surprise lily. My son just brought his lunch outside and he's the dog is chasing him for the lunch. So this side is normally where I have, here, let me squeegee it out here. This side is normally where I do my herb bed, but because the fence line is going to go out and over and fill in this space, this isn't going to be a corner anymore. So I'm not really going to plant anything in here. I mean, there's parsley in here from last year, and I think that's cilantro popping up because the darn cilantro self-seeds like mad. But that's gonna get pushed in, and then somewhere else will be my herb bed, and this time I'll have to split up and move because the pathway will extend through there. But that's one thing I really like about this is some of my lilies are coming up. I'm not super hardcore set on any design, so I actually rearrange things all the time. Now, if anyone knows what this is, I have no idea. It's growing here. It looks like something that was planted, but I don't remember ever planting anything that looks like this. It doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what it is. Tell me if it's a weed and I should pull it all or if I should leave it. Because I have no idea. Let's see the kids. It's only 50 degrees out and they're in their robes and underwear. Silly children. So the rhubarb is definitely coming along nicely in here. Quite a few. We'll have lots and lots of rhubarb this year. I'll probably end up selling some because we don't eat a lot of it. I end up freezing most of it. So right outside you can see part of the rock pile that Logan and I drug up here this weekend. We put it in the Can-Am, and this was actually, we overloaded it. It was the first time that we were not able to manually dump the bed. We had to unload a lot of the rocks by hand before the bed would lift to dump. And I attribute that to having Logan's help because I cannot lift a rock that size. So it's a lot heavier than it normally is. But so I've started lining out these beds for this side. I think the beds on this older area of the garden are mainly going to stay sticks and logs right now. I'll do the edges with the rock like I've been working on. It's getting really close to being done. It ends right there on that fence line and then right over here, so I've just got to sloop it over, but it's getting close. But anyways, this side of the garden is a lot more level, so it's not such a catastrophic event every time it rains. This side is not level at all. Every time it rains, everything washes away, which is why I never mulched this side last year, which is why it got so crazy with weeds, and it's still so crazy with weeds. I'm not going to bother mulching it now either until I have the beds laid out because it's just a waste of time and money. So this is going to get pretty wild looking, and then we'll fix it here eventually. I told Logan he needs to chainsaw this out of the way because it's driving me nuts. But I'm expanding the rock wall along here. this is the one that I've worked on the most, and I think it's where I'm going to continue bringing those in. I haven't decided if I want this to just go all the way down or if I want to put an aisle somewhere here to go across the other side. I didn't have one here last year, but I had one farther up. I never know. It's just like I said, I am constantly changing my mind and rearranging, and I'm now thinking I want to center the greenhouse between this garden section and the new garden section, which means it's probably going to get set up somewhere right along this fence line. So I don't want to get too far into bringing rocks in and laying out beds on this side, because I'm just going to have to move them whenever we bring in the greenhouse and build it. So, and hopefully we can borrow the neighbor's tractor to flatten a space to build the greenhouse at least. But let's go over here. All the chickens are out. Happy chickens. The yard is a mess of children's toys, and it was really windy yesterday, so stuff blew everywhere. And here, this was garlic and onions and then carrots last year. I am seeing a few garlic sprouting that I must have missed. I'll let them get a decent size and then probably move them into the other garlic bed. I do have a row in there specifically for miscellaneous types of garlic that I can just pop those into, and that won't be a problem. And then I did leave some carrots in here last fall because they were really small. You're doing a good job, guys. They're learning how to play with the frisbee now. But I left a few carrots in here on purpose because they were really small, and it just kind of would have been a waste for me to harvest them last year. I know you can store carrots in the ground over winter to pull them out for fresh eating. I'm trying to see if I leave them and let them grow again, are they going to get bigger? Are they going to be squishy? Are they going to be woody? It's my little experiment. There's not very many in here. So you can see there's lots of purple one, I think. Yes, Aspen, you did a good job with the frisbee. Oh. Mr. Darcy. He's trying to get Grandma. She's not having it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in here. This garden last year I did potatoes and spinach and lettuce. I don't think I'm gonna grow sweet potatoes, but not like normal like yellow or white, Yukon Gold type of potatoes is what I generally grow. I don't think I'm gonna grow those this year. I'm still gonna grow sweet potatoes, and I think this bed is gonna get shrunk. It was from about here to here last year, and I think instead it's gonna be long and skinny, and it'll be another spot for cut flowers. Nice throw, Aspen. And here, this is the shade garden area. I do plan on expanding what's in here. I'd hope to add some bleeding hearts and things like that this year. I need to get out to the stores and see what they have here in the next month. My elderberries are looking good. These darn blackberries keep coming up. They will forever be my nemesis. I do have 2 blueberry plants in here that I need to replant somewhere else this year because they're in a walkway, and I need to figure out a good food for them to help acidify the soil, because the first year they were here I got some blueberries and I haven't gotten any blueberries on them since. So I don't think I'll get any this year with having to transplant them, but at least if I can start feeding them the correct things, maybe at some point I will get blueberries from them again. But yeah, it's just, I swear I'm out here like 5 times a day, checking on all the little pretties. You can see lots of stuff is peeking out to say hello, which is nice. I love the little crocuses that come up between the rocks. It's just so cute. Hi, chickens. Oh, and it's messy. And this is my comfrey plant, which I need to split in half and move part of it somewhere else. And then I need to kind of redo this corner because it's still a sharp edge, and I would like it to be not a sharp edge because it's not really easy to get around this corner with a wheelbarrow right now. Over here, you can see lots more garlic. Lots more garlic. So this side seems emptier, but I just spaced the rows out more. So that's the main reason that they look crazy, but they're okay. It's doing good. But that is it for the garden today. I guess this ended up being a long video anyways, with lots of children nonsense in the background. And I don't know if the strawberries are gonna get boxed in. I know I talked about that earlier in the last video that I wanted to. Oh gosh, the frisbee broke.